Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 4 versus 4 on Abaddon's Clutch. Playing on the northern team as the Imperial Guard, we've got Tiger Shark, we've got Blast Furnace as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Desert as the Imperial Guard, and we have got Warhund as the Tau Empire. And on the southern team, we've got Stranger as the Imperial Guard, we've got the Good King as the Demon Hunters, we've got Demi as the Necrons, and we have got Matt 10114 as the Chaos Demons. So you will notice that there is a big, well, not necessarily big, a very small, narrow, thin waistline on this map here. Very much like a, oh, what's that battle called from Sparta? That Battle of Thermopylae, Battle of 300, where there's not much room to really maneuver around here. Only 4 relics to play with, so each team getting 2. Be very careful with who they decide to give their relic to, just in case they want specific titans or specific big weapons. We do have some Worship of Khorne going for Matt over here, so some close combat orientated boys on the way, no doubt. Now you might be thinking, oh well, it's going to be a big slog. As you can see, there's lots of strategic points to work with, so it's kind of like Valley of Khorne but for big boys. You know, if you want big toys on this map, this is the way to go. So you're thinking that's going to be a big crash up around here, but bearing in mind that there's also this huge gaping ocean on either side. Plenty of room for aircraft play to take a hold. If everyone's got all their attention faced on in the centre of this map here, the flanks are a little bit vulnerable, so you've got to keep that in mind for any invading parties like storming the beaches of Normandy. Oh, there we go, we've got 2 historical battles being represented here. The Battle of Thermopylae, I think, and D-Day. So yeah, this central point going to be quite critical, with this critical location in the middle to capture. But then again, once you've lost this, once you're starting to push into the opponent's side of the map, they've got their demonic shrines, they've got their relics that help them defend themselves. I imagine there'll be some turrets placed up on either side as well, so quite hard to be able to get... Well, I mean, once you've got this bit, it's quite hard to push forward, especially since it's quite a narrow choke point to go from either side of this hill or through the hill as well. Got a turret emplacement coming down from Tiger Shark over here, nice and early. Chaos Space Marines moving forward, looking to sniff around these critical locations and these strategic points. Necrons over here being given the relic. And who's been given the relic over here? No one as of yet. Relic over here has been given to... Who are you? Who's capturing you? You invisible. Oh, I assume you're Tau then. You're probably Tau. Let me go on the other side. Yep, indeed you are Tau. And no one going for this one as of yet. I mean, Tau, they've got some pretty impressive late game units. I mean, spoiler alert, but I mean, most Tau late game units have got impressive long-range capabilities. And for the Necrons, well, I mean, they've got their big super weapons. They've got their loads of different types of monoliths that they can go for, which is quite good. Chaos Space Marines engaging these Blue Horrors in close combat. More Chaos Space Marines on the way as well. Blue Horrors not known for their ability to bash in close combat, but they are numerous. And actually, yeah, they're not doing too bad. Like blue gorillas in the mist. They've got extra hands for slapping people in the face. They fall back into a ranged stance. Mouths wide open. And yeah, the Chaos Space Marines are being pushed back. Do have some Fire Warriors there. As much as we talk about the late game, the early game is also quite important for setting up your bits and bobs. And the Tau plus Chaos Wombo combo is quite the powerful combination indeed. Get some guardsmen on the front line to soak some damage up. I mean, look at him. Oops, I bashed my microphone there again. Yeah, they've got a field command on the way. Quite a significant structure to beat their way through are the enemy, so it does look like this central location here will already be given to the northern team. Got a Lost Soul here, pretty lost, erecting a demonic shrine. And it seems to be building on by itself. Oh, of course, because that's what it does, yeah. Self-building, the Lost Soul was just there, just for funsies. They would be taking that one down. Already got a Demon's Claw Obelisk on the way over here. These guys not really pushing in all that much. What are you guys doing? Are you just building up your economies? Does look like it. Capturing the fairest and farthest all across the map. Ooh, nice. Little synchronized-esque building going on over there. So Necrons have decided to go for this relic instead, leaving this exposed one at the front to whoever wants it. Necrons do kind of need it, to be honest, if they want to get their monoliths out, which are very useful for reinforcing their boys over and far afield. And who have gone for this are the Chaos Space Marines. Now, if you were around for the free-for-all, well, the 5-man free-for-all a while ago, we saw a couple of super weapons going off on there. We saw the Necron super weapon go off, which was just basically this huge green explosion that went across the entire map. It was quite cool. And then we all saw the Chaos Space Marines use their super weapon, which was got a good. It was about 300 meters. I don't know how long meters are in this, but I remember reading the tooltip a little while ago, and basically just spawns a whole bunch of demon portals, which is quite gnarly. Get that round your back lines, and that's not going to do your front lines any favours. There's some conscripts coming around. Oh no, they are friendly conscripts, never mind. For a second I thought they were the bravest conscripts in the world. But they are going to go for that frontward relic, which will allow Stranger to gain access to all the Titans you could ever want. I mean, if you notice that there's a relic resource over here, so you don't necessarily need relics to get your big units out. But obviously without a relic, your income for that resource there is quite restricted. And in the late game where everyone's economy is a million... I mean, look at this already. We're less than 7 minutes in and everyone's gone for a maximum amount of money. A quite slow start, I must say. No one quite ready to bite the bullet as of yet. Just some guardsmen collecting in front of their field command. Do have some cultists coming around. Also, a good thing about this field command is that they'll be able to ferry their troops from the back lines to the front lines quite effectively. So yeah, quite a mean front line at the moment. Do have some stormtroopers and a warp gate being summoned round the front from Matt 10114. Always feel like some sort of low tier servitor whenever I say his name. But nothing too crazy at the moment. Got the Astra Telepathica coming for the Good King, which flanking maneuvers for the Demon Hunters will be quite useful, considering that a lot of their late tier units, like the Grey Knight Paladins, the Dread Knights, can just be teleported in. So if you get some units, or some friendly units, even if it's just like an aircraft flying over here, you can then unleash absolute hell on these beaches, which is quite useful. Might speed things up just a smidge. Oh no, never mind. The moment I decide, need speed up, got some action going on. Chaos Space Marines moving forward with one missile launcher in each squad. Whether this will do them any good, we'll have to wait and see. Just testing the waters. Probably not a serious assaulting party. Just want to see what the front defences look like. Do have a Chimera assault tank. The Cronus pattern variant moving forward. Conscripts massing their numbers, ready to soak up any damage that's incoming. We have a Greater Demon Portal as well coming online for dear old Matthew. There we go. Right, now I can fast forward. Okay. Nice one. Wait for the action. Wait for the damage. Got some... Are you Havocs? You are Havocs. And a Chimera just having a little perk. A little perky perk. Just seeing what's going on. But nothing too much. Nothing too crazy. Come on. Get involved. We've came here to see a blood. We've came here to see a carnage. Mayhem and mischief. There we go. Get involved. Show them the business. Poor guardsmen on the front lines. Conscripts, not long for this world. And the assault begins in earnest. The squishy front line falling down quite quickly. Even the Order Malleus Supreme Lord not going to survive at all. To be honest, the Northern team could have probably pushed a lot earlier. With the lack of frontline troopage going on. Going to be annihilating these demonic shrines. And, I mean, they're attempting to build up some demon claws, but not quite getting there. Managing to throw down some demon fang obelisks, as well as getting out a demon lord. Necron Lord throwing down a John Cena beam. Or was that a Cryptek? Ah, do Crypteks have a John Cena beam in this? Ha! Well, what do you know? Just when you think you know a guy. Yeah, that slowed them down ever so slightly, but not all that much. Demon Fangs doing impressive range and impressive rate of fire as well. Got some Purgaton Hellfire Dreadnoughts being dropped in. Advance being kind of slurred. These guys not really sure what their life choices are. Bloodslaughter of Khorne comes in for a quick how do you do. How's your father? And while their father's doing quite well, thank you very much. Gonna try and build up some more Demon Claw obelisks. More people being teleported in. Got the Cryptek showing them the big green rod, but falling down sadly. And got, what are you? You are a significant amount of stealth suits. Oh, are you going to go for a little cheeky maneuver around the side? Ah. There we go. Why go through the front door when you can go for the back door? Insert rude joke here, which I'm not going to make because I'm an adult. And I don't need to make those kinds of jokes. Not at my age. They're going to jump over, nothing, and then carry on smoothly. Going past these guys. Conscripts, no idea what they're witnessing. Very sneaky. Do I have a what were you? You are a hellspawn. Coming in from the dankest part of the warp. As the self-suits move further on down. The combination of all this static defense is doing these guys quite a bit of justice. These guys don't really have much of an option against the sheer amount of range on the way. Imperial Guard might have to assist their lads with some ranged artillery from the north. I'm going to go for some Lehman Russ battle tanks. Maybe even some Tau... Oh, what are they called? Not the fire prisms. The other ones. The hammerhead gunships, there we go. Yeah, stealth ships being spotted by this listening post might have given them, or the southern team, the notice that they're on their way, but doesn't seem like anyone's spotted them as of yet. Everyone just concentrating on the mainstay that is the front lines. Heavy weapons teams being deployed, but slowly but surely they're gathering their impressive amount of Hellfire Dreadnoughts. Quite a strong hammer to bring down upon all this infantry on the northern side. But this is quite a lot. This is quite a lot of boys. Even for quadruple Hellfire Dreadnoughts. Down this side of the tower, making a commitment here. Basilisk firing more or less blank range at these guys. The plasma generators only takes a couple to kill before there's like a chain reaction and they kill a whole bunch. Priest Agency is trying to do their best to repair things. Does not look like they're going to be doing all that well there, but a good amount of long-range scanners spotting these stealth suits. And from what I can see, have you got boys inside your buildings? You have got boys inside your buildings. So, might not look like there's all that much coming in, but yeah, that was actually a little bit anticlimactic. I was expecting a lot more going on there. Hey ho, there we go. Anyway, Lehman Russ is able to hold on a little bit better than the Chaos Marines, but won't be doing all that well if left unsupported. Chaos Space Marines going to move around the side. They're going to try and see if these totem placements can save them at least for a little while. But now armed with plasma cannons, and these Hellfire Dreadnoughts, certainly an issue. Look at that firing line. That's a thing of beauty right there. Lehman Russ's missile launchers, weapon servitors trying to move forward, getting into a firing position. Hardtail's going to come out on top of this. You have a good amount of... What are you? You are Thunderfire cannons. Demon Prince of Khorne having a think about getting involved, but once seeing those Hellfire Dreadnoughts being taken down, decides, nah mate, this is not my time to shine. I will come back later, young man. And I certainly will do, but that Cryptek jumping straight in. A little bit late to the party there. That would have maybe potentially been a game changer if that was done at the beginning of the engagement. But sadly, master of time a Cryptek is, but can't turn back time. Can't find a way. Insert the rest of the lyrics to that song here. And now with this Hellspawn, with its impressive range, should be able to tidy these turret emplacements up with very little risk of damage to the southern teams. Chaos Space Marines, now that they've... I mean, there's been a lot of money being put into these boys. But can they really make that much of a difference in the mid to late game? They're quite squishy. Don't quite have the punching power able to get through these Blood Slaughterers or those Hellfire Dreadnoughts. Not without assistance from the Lehman Russes. at the very least. Chaos Shrine on the way. Quite a scary little turret. Got some friendly basilisks, multiple colours. Oh, and some Death Strike Pariahs. Okay, quite lethal, ranged versions of the regular Pariahs, as we know from vanilla. And a very dainty Baneblade being dropped smack bang in the middle here. Gonna turn around and absolutely blast these weapon servitors, no questions asked. Show them what it means to have 12 or 13 barrels of pure, unbridled fury. Cryptek standing in the middle, not really caring for his own life or safety. He'll always get rebuilt in the blooming Necron factory, or whatever you call it, where Necrons go when they die. But yeah, even though that the Southern team managed to hold on for a little bit, they don't have much of a front line at the moment. Triple Bloodslaughters of Khorne is going to walk in towards that Baneblade, and the Baneblade will take a fair bit of damage, but Bloodslaughters of Khorne, as we've seen before on this channel, they don't really have much staying power. Quite a fragile unit considering that they have 6,000 health. But in this game, I suppose 6,000 health doesn't really mean all that much. I mean, what is that, the same amount of health as a... Yeah, I think it's got even less health than a squad of Havoc Marines. Crazy. These guys are going to fall back. Stranger mentioning that it's GG for them without a relic, because he can't get all his stuff. So losing that relic, quite a big thing. Demon Prince of Khorne, again, also not really surviving all that well. Looks impressive, but soon to be brought down. Cryptek coming back in once again. Teleporting around. Death Strike Pariahs now going to make their stand where they can. Glowing with gibbous green energy. Actually, that Chaos... I thought he had 0 health a while ago, unless of course he's got like this... Not sure if he's got an ability where he just doesn't die for a little while, which I suppose would make sense for a Chaos Demon Prince of Khorne. These Pariahs, man, they're doing their best, but the best doesn't seem to be good enough. There's fire and flames everywhere. Hellspawn still on the back lines, doing its best. Basilisks joining in with the Fury. Got some Blight drones flying overhead. And this is just a scary amount of bad stuff coming in. But then, just when you think all hope is lost, double Baneblades been thrown in by Stranger. And that's certainly given these Death Strike Pariahs something to think about. They've got friends now in the form of a Baneblade. And what's this blue going on of it? Oh, it's the Blight drones, right? You've come over and given the Chaos Boys a taste of their own medicine. But all the Chaos Space Marines actually have gone back home, so they've an ideal defensive position here. But can they defend before they lose all the plasma generators? Does not look like it. Very unfortunate indeed, as they fire all their green goop about. Got some Marauder bombers from Desert. The Big D, my man from up north, I assume, coming down over here and firing around as best he can. Hellspawn, never giving up, never giving in. He's got unlimited ammo. Chaos Thunderhawk just landing on the ground a bit. Might potentially take the boys for a little journey across the ocean. I'll have to keep our eyes out on the flanks. Make sure my map awareness is on full display. Looking at the economies, let's have a ganders. I know it's a UA game, so there's no real point in it, but 894 and 810, 1,000 and something and 1,200, 80% and 66.5, 377 and 343, compared to 650 and 552, 1,000, oh that's a nice round number, and 594, 243 and 157, and 466 and 585. So the economy for the Southern team seems to be a lot more robust than the Northern team. And now with, I mean, I do quite like how these Baneblades just aren't really, they're not respecting the trench warfare style of thing that we've got going on over here. They've just walked over to a side. Got a Doomsday Monolith now teleporting in. Quite a tall beast. Nothing that you want showing up for dinner. Causing some issues. Also got quite an impressive health regen, I do believe, if it's living metal. Oh, but never mind. Oh, well, well, that's one way to counteract double Baneblades, by just having 1,000,000 hammerheads. That is not a bad idea at all. Chaos Shrine's going down there. So now the tables have indeed turned. The southern team making some moves on the central point here. Basilisk's trying to come out from his mechanized commands, although very brave. Trying to summon a Basilisk so close to the front line. Doomsday Monolith going invisible. He can't see it. Definitely ignore all the shiny green bits that are floating around. And what was that thing? That was a ping. Oh, he's gone for his Desecrated Castle, looking to construct that super weapon. Their tier 1 super weapons are just a general big explosion-y boom, from what I can remember. It's their tier 2 or tier 3 or whatever super weapon that brings out the big Chaos Warp Storm. And everything just been dropped down on the front here. 1,000,000 hammerhead gunships firing away. What have you dropped? Did you drop anything useful? Or did you just come in just for like just to shield your friends? Yeah, Doomsday. Although it's not dying quickly, it's also not killing these things super quick neither. Deathstrike Priors are doing a good job at staying alive. They're at least absorbing some wayward fire. XV-22 Commander using his flamer against whoever he can. And who are you on the front lines? You are a Death Lord. Can't hear you. But he doesn't need to hear you. Not on the battlefield. Onward comes a Riptide Titan. Not as sexy as the Riptide from Unification, it has to be said. The legs don't quite bend the way I like them, but again, it's not about looks, not about aesthetics. It's about how much raw DPS you can bring to the battlefield. And these guys are certainly bringing in some hot stuff. Do have a Soul Grinder waddling its way down. Look at those legs go. And it seems like this tide of Necrons isn't ending. Baneblade's gone down. The Hammerheads are lowing in number. Do have these Marauders jumping in and throwing down some fire. But are you dropping some people in now? Oh, maybe that's what we were dropping in before. The Caste Airborne Veterans. Not entirely sure what these... I mean, don't get me wrong, bless them, they're trying. They're trying their absolute hardest, but not sure if it's going to do a great amount of detail. Over on this side, we have got double Great and Clean Ones in the Chaos Space Marines base. They're like, hold on, wait a minute. Why aren't you helping us? You're Chaos as well. And Nurgle's like, well, don't mind me. It's all for the great game. It's all part of the plan, I'm sure. Lame Zinch, I assume. Do have a flanking Baneblade being dropped in. But a sizable amount of Whirlwind Hyperiors. Hellstorms Hellspawns, continuing to fire. I mean, just look at that. That is just an unreasonable amount of range. Oh, we also have a Warhound Purifier Titan. Bright and white, making everything right. But to burn everything that it comes in contact with. But over on in the distance, an Imperial Warhound Titan. My goodness. No more infantry now. It's just going to be the big units moving in. Another Baneblade being dropped in. But the Doomsday Monolith not feeling all that fresh and fancy anymore. Over on this side, the Grey and Clean Ones have managed to destroy the super weapon for the Chaos Space Marines. Also got some Greynat Paladins now. These guys, can't ignore them. Need some assistance coming in. Do have Tiger Shark bringing in some airborne veterans. But are they going to be enough against just the absolute might and majesty of these paladins? They're basically relic units in their own right. They just don't die at all. Except for now when they're dying. But like normally they mess things up. Though at least distracting things enough for these Great Unclean Ones to move in unison. What a beautiful thing. Or disgusting, depending on your proclivities. But it looks like that the Doomsday... Has the Doomsday Monolith gone down? The Doomsday Monolith does look like it's gone down. Warhound Purifier Titan soon to also follow suit as well. It's at least holding these guys off for long enough while what's going on. Are they built... Oh, be still, my beating frame rate. Are they building anything up? We do have a super weapon, the Great Pyramid, going for the activate super weapon. Also have a shrine to the Emperor. So that's quite handy. Relic once again being captured by Stranger. The Chaos Terminators, quite chunky lads, being supported by a friendly Lehman Russ Vanquisher. To sheer amount now of Kaskan airborne veterans. They are slowly but surely polishing up these grey and clean ones, managing to also keep their main desecrated stronghold safe and sound. Do not want to lose that. Once you lose that, you get sent back all the way to Tier 1. Or Tier 0, as they say in Ultimate Apocalypse. Heretic's going to be jauntily moving out of here. And look at that, the Paladin's still knocking around. As long as these great and clean ones give them vision, they're able to just pop more down from the deep strikes. We have a Plague Reaper firing away. Going to be providing some poison damage on these Grey Knights. I think it all slows them a little bit. Whether the Great and Clean ones even slightly bothered by that remains to be seen. But now a Lehman Russ Executioner opening fire on these guys. Really good job on taking out most of Blaster's base there, but the dreaded or desecrated castle is back online. Now a huge push from the northern team. Significant amounts of Riptide Titans, Hammerheads and Hazard suits. Need to make sure that these Demon Fang Obelisks are offline ASAP. Got triple Lehman Russ Vanquishers moving in a flanking kind of arc. Look and see if he can take on that Soul Grind. I've got a little bit of a... What stopped you? Have you just been stopped by some anti-vehicle stunning? Does look like it. We'll come back online soon. A Ghost Pylon being dropped in. I do believe that's a... Oh, what brings you in? What vehicle? Ah, it's the Agent of Summoning Corps. That just... You just basically just summon pylons anywhere you please. And a Helldrake coming in. That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of purple. And yeah, these guys have been stunned for quite some time. Some Chaos Sorcery being spawned on top of them. Have you got your super weapon building out? Is that what that is? Nightmare Gateway? It sounds like it to me. Either way, don't want all that warpy stuff going on around you, even when you're in a Titan. So the assault has been slowed down a little bit. We do have some Grey Knights just chilling out over here, denying this relic, which is quite handy. Got some Lehman Russes just chilling out near the Chaos base, just in case any more demonic shenanigans come along, but granting them that fear does mean that they will allow... Well, they will prevent as much support coming down to the centre as they would have liked. God, this stun is lasting for a million years. More Warp Storm has been thrown down. Maybe that's what's stunning them. Who really knows? Friendly Riptide strolling down, asking his brothers why oh why must you remain so stationary. But when all else fails, when technology fails, just summon more Bane Blades. Got one down there, but it's already quite low on health. Got a fresh one over here there. Do believe it's a case of now you just pop them. You can right-click them inside a Bane Blade building and it will let them deep strike in, much like other deep strike units. Which is ridiculously handy. And there we go, they've all woken up now. Ready to take on the day. Significant amount of Basilisks. Also got a Great and Clean one. Going to jump inside this Infernal Rift, which I imagine that must mean... Where... Have they done it over here again? No. Are you flanking the centre? I mean, it would make sense, considering that this is a lot of firepower. And the Basilisks, don't get me wrong, they look cool and all that, but artillery is going to do diddly squat against this sheer amount of armour. Oh, oh, yeah, right, okay, fair enough. You've just spawned in the exact same place. Well, I mean, they never expect you to strike in the same place twice. But Matt 10114 is very much unlike lightning. He will strike twice. But he'll strike quick and fast. Basilisks not really holding a kettle to the firing line that's bearing down upon them. And the Chaos Demons are looking very fragile at the moment. They've got some warpy nonsense covering the base. Helldrake still firing away, but quite low on health at the moment. Is focusing on the little hammerheads, which makes sense. Sometime in a big boss battle, you go for the adds before you take on the big bad. At least that's how we did it in DC Online way back when. I'm ashamed to say that is one of the few MMOs I've played all the way until the late game. That, Final Fantasy, and World of Warcraft. Wrath of Lich King, definitely the best one. Never forget Arthas, my sweet boy. He was too good for this world. He was corrupted too early. All he needed was a hug. Yeah, I mean, significant amount of Great Clean ones. Also got the Grey Knight Paladins. And nothing really to stop them. I mean, they've got some lads coming... Oh, they've just got a sea of Tech Priest Engine Seers coming over. That's fair enough. And, ooh, that is the... Well, you know what? All of a sudden, this push over here is looking a lot less impressive. We've got a significant amount of Thunder Laser Destroyers, tanks. God, that's a mouthful. Got Warlord Purifier Titans. We've got a whole host of Deathstrike Pariahs. And two Imperial Reaver Titans. And a Command Reaver. So fair enough, what are you going to do, Mr. Northern Team? If that is even your real name. Over here, we do have Blaster's base just being absolutely smashed into 1,000 tiny pieces. About to lose his desecrated stronghold. What a shame. Not enough in the way of defensive capability there. Everyone too far forward to really contribute towards the defense. I mean, they killed all this stuff. They could have, like, sat on their laurels and just denied a relic and built up something. But sadly, Stranger already having those Imperial Reaver Titans online. That's just so much fire. I hope you guys at home are wearing sunglasses, because that is painful to look at from my eyes. Very little Blaster's bases left. Might need to rebuild somewhere else. Tau having their own stuff blown up. You used to have stuff. Where's your stuff gone? Oh, I see. I see. It's the Great Pyramid. I imagine this dude's just been slow but surely destroying everything from the Tau perspective. I assume that's what's been happening. As we see it charge up and fire away. Very slow maneuver. And Warhund, Verdun as dem Spiel entfert. Well, I mean, that is the famous words. Whatever that means, something's going on. Something very German. I'm not too keen on it. Suspicious European words. Maybe this will be the downfall of the Southern team. The Titans unable to break out from the Demons player's base because the legs are too big. Oh, that wasn't some random German. That was people dying. Okay, alright, so that's 2 players down. Not looking good for the Northern team. Doesn't mean it's all... Oh no, he's still around. Still knocking about. Fair enough. He's not giving up just yet. Alright, okay. Ignore me. No, he's definitely given up. He gave up a long time ago. Just a delayed effect. And this is just sad. Sad times for the Northern team. They do have a Reaver Titan of their own. But one Titan versus all the other Titans. Do they have the wherewithal to hold on? Doesn't look like it. prognosis is not strong, especially with these Gauss pylons being just popped behind in a flanking manoeuvre. Being shot at from all sides. He will be stricken down with a force most foul. And the War Titans will waddle northwards to conquer and destroy anyone within their path. I mean, these guys, they have the options of capturing these strategic points now, though. They've got the whole north to themselves. And the Imperial Guard do well when their production and economy are up and about. Oh, well, they used to have production. But then the super weapon, I do believe that this is a Demon Hunter super weapon. It's like just a single Exterminatus, just a little taste of what could happen. Going for those nuclear weapon centers. Well, that'll show them for trying to build nukes against the Geneva Convention in the 41st, or 42nd millennium now, actually. That's where the storyline is at the moment, I think. I think we've moved on. Advanced a couple of years down the storyline. Got a washing machine of Lehman Russes knocking these guys about. Stormblade in the middle. Firing point blank at what I can only assume is a Grey Knight Paladin. Look at it, he just doesn't care. He's not bothered in the slightest. He's like, come on at me. Give me more plasma. I'll take you all on, you miserable sods. What an absolute hero. But yeah, these guys are not going to be alive for much longer. These Warhound Titans going forward quite quickly. And the Titan Reavers, or Reaver Titans, sorry, very slowly coming forward, but they'll get there in the end. Whirlwind Hyperios using their multitude of rockets to break down the listing posts. And these Ghost Pylons just playing leapfrog. Absolutely bonkers. Alright, you know what? I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be kind. In the hopes that there isn't any super weapons or late game super weapons, I'm going to call it there. It's not fair on these northern teams to have that everyone witness they're slowly but surely fading. Oh, well, someone else has been kicked as well, so fair play. Cool, yeah, so thanks for sending this game into the Discord, guys. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week, and also voting privileges for future themed games. And there's also Discord, where Discord things happen. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.